Man, I hate working drive-thru. Drive-thrus should be used for express lane purposes only. If you have like 10 or more family members, you need to just head inside of the restaurant. I'm not purposely trying to get your order wrong. It's just sometimes customers have a hard time with understanding communication. Like, we don't want to mess up your food, but we just made it the way you asked for it to be made and then got upset for saying what you wanted. We had this one regular customer to Safari Burger that everyone hated when she pulled up to the drive-thru because it had to stop everything. The order taker had to stop. Everybody in kitchen had to stop because they were trying to decipher what the heck this lady is trying to say, because nobody orders their food like that. And even though she was a regular, each one of her orders were never the same. Each time she ordered, it had to be something new, something elaborate, and just something like really confusing that I don't think any other fast food place would have had accepted her order. And it would be something like really bizarre, like ordering an item and then wanting all of the item on the side with some weird, it was weird. Like, I can't even describe how weird her orders would get because nobody else orders like that, and most of the times there wasn't even buttons to press to get what she wanted. Finally, when her order's all done and accomplished, we've tried giving it to her, but she will not accept her food at all whenever you show up. She'll start trying to argue with you. It's like, is that everything I paid for? Or is everything specifically as I require it? And it's like, is this my order? And it's like, whose grandma is this? Like, someone needs to come get her. She is being a menace. Eventually, I got approval from the manager that whenever she tries to hold you hostage as she reviews her order, so sorry, there's other customers I have to get to, I got to go. She is infamous now at Safari Burger for just being such a difficult customer every time she comes in, but she goes in like every single day. And it's like, if you're unhappy with the orders that we gave you every single day, why do you keep coming back? We're not happy, you're not happy. Like, why do we have this dedicated hater to Safari Burger just to make all of our lives worse? Speaking of making other people's lives worse, there's this one woman in particular that whenever I think about, I am just so flabbergasted that people like her can even exist. To try to best explain what happened with this lady, it starts when I'm on break. I was trying to figure out why my car radio wasn't working, so I had two other coworkers who know a lot about cars come take a look at it. I head back in from my break, and those coworkers are still out looking at my car because they're off the clock now, and after they check out my car, they're going to head home. So I'm back inside, I'm working. After they're done looking at my car, one of the coworkers heads back inside to hand me my car keys, and she's let known by another customer that a woman screamed at a 12-year-old girl for not holding the door open for her. When she orders her food, there's another coworker assisting her, and she goes on to basically tell her how justified she was in screaming at this girl because she was just so rude and couldn't see that she needed the door held open for her. Well, she gets her food and she comes back to the counter and she's wanting a sauce with it. I witnessed all of this. My coworker gives her the sauce she wanted. She got her sauce and she walked away. And now at this point, we're closed. I'm trying to do my closing responsibilities so that I can get home, so I can go to sleep, so I can wake up and I can go to work the next day, right? I'm trying to close down lobby, and this woman ushers me over to complain about how much attitude and how much sass my coworker gave her when she was just asking for a sauce. And in my head, I'm like, woman, I witnessed the entire event. Like, this didn't happen. So instead of saying that, I was like, oh, it's late at night and I know she probably didn't mean it. I know her. She didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry you felt that way. And then the woman starts to go on and on about customer service, and she needs to be trained on how to do customer service right, or they should keep her in the back. And in my head, I'm like, aren't you the lady who screamed at a 12-year-old girl? and you're trying to give me advice on the proper way to treat people? Like, you're a lunatic, lady. I don't even know how the conversation evolved, but eventually it evolved to her talking about how spiritual she was, and Bible verses, and all this stuff with meditation and chakras, and I don't even know what I said. I think I said something about like, oh, scriptures, are good and stuff. She went on a thing about how she doesn't believe in Christianity, but she's such a spiritual person and all this, and she was somehow like looking down on Christianity, but she was like viewing her spiritual awakeness while shaming everybody else, and it was such a weird high pedestal to be on, and to like watch her as she's like upset over things that, like, can you not see you're the problem here? Not only that, we're closed. I do not want you here. I'm trying to close down my responsibilities so that our team can leave and we can go. I don't care if she thinks you gave your attitude. There's way more I can go on about working at Safari Burger. For today, I've gotten what I need to off my chest, but don't worry, there's gonna be more parts to it, because there is a plethora of characters and shenanigans that happened here.